I am so excited. Today is a very special day for me, and I wanted to share a little bit of insight of my experience. So, 3 years ago, on this day, August the 28th, I took a leap of faith and something that I have been working on for over 2 years, but basically almost all of my life. I put down on pen and paper later, compressing it into a physical copy of somewhat of my testimony of life, ups and downs and journeys of just becoming a woman, becoming my own, learning through faith, failed relationships, just, being very transparent as far as who I was and who I became. So what I did was I put all of it into a book and released it on this day. And the name of the book is The Soul of My Eclectic Heart. You can find it on Amazon, and you can order it and indulge. And I pray that it inspires you. But when I took this journey 3 years ago, it was nothing short of amazing. There were a lot of highs and a lot of lows, but I am thankful for being obedient to God and just sharing my story and sharing my testimony, just to inspire those who, are going through this thing that we call life. There are so many questions and so many things that we go through and we might not understand, but through faith we are told and taught to believe, to hold steadfast and find those things that encourage you and give you a little light of inspiration. So to make a long story short, I have been journaling for, like I said, most of my maybe middle school up until currently. And I always kept a journal. I might not have written in it every day, but my journal was kind of like my safe haven for me to express certain emotions and feelings. And I kind of was like a closed book. I really didn't outwardly express certain things. I kind of internalized a lot of things. And one day in my deepest, darkest, time in life, around like my 30th birthday, it might have been either before or after, but it was somewhere around that awakening of 30 where I just really had like a rock bottom moment. And I didn't think that I would be here today, as a survivor, that I made it through depression, anxiety, and all of the things that life brings you: heartache, heartbreak, confusion. And so, crying, almost, ready to wave that white flag, God revealed to me that all that you had been writing in your journal was not for you. It was for you to share your story. And so what I did was I took about a year and a half, almost 2 years, taking my journal entries, my poems, and just kind of put them and compiled them into what you have now, The Soul of My Eclectic Heart. It was nothing short of amazing releasing the book. I have gotten so much positive feedback, not just from women, but from men, young, old. It is a book of true inspiration. And I'm not just saying that because I wrote it. I'm saying that based on the reviews that were given back to me and the reviews that were put on Amazon. So if you do not have a copy, please go and support. Here is the physical copy here. Again, it is on Amazon. I promise you, you will not, you will not be inspired by this book. I actually went back and read this as an actual reader and not someone who wrote the book. And I was even amazed by my strength, by my courage, my bravery. Try not to cry because I do get very, very emotional, but it's something that I truly can say that I am proud of, that I released. My parents are proud, my family, my friends. Everyone was amazed, somewhat shocked at some of the stuff that, I was sharing, but I feel like through true transparency, I was able to share my story. And now I kind of live with no limits, no boundaries. I feel like I'm a better person now because all of that weight and all of those things that I kind of was holding on to emotionally, once I released it and shared my testimony to let people know you're not the only one going through these struggles. Everyone at some point in time will probably have a rock bottom moment. And this is my story of me sharing how I survived and how I was able to get through the toughest times of life. So if there are any writers out there, anyone who is artistically working on a project, whether it be music, a clothing line, jewelry, line or shop, I just want to encourage you today and let you know that anything is possible as long as you stay focused, you stay steadfast and prayerful. And I just hope that when you are ready to release your content to the world, that it blesses and inspires many, many people, generations from now. So stay encouraged, continue to work on your project. Surround yourself by people who will motivate you and encourage you to keep going. Don't give up, because please believe there were times that I did not want to release this book. There were times where I just was like, I'm not good enough. No one's going to accept the fact that I'm a self-published author and the fact that I'm not actually on a major publishing company. It doesn't matter. You do what God called you to do and he will work out the rest. So I was obedient and I said, whether this book touched 10 people, 10,000 people, I just planted the seed and allowed God to do the rest. So with that being said, please make sure that you go to Amazon and you type in the search, The Soul of My Eclectic Heart, and let it bless you, let it inspire you. And if you want more information on the actual process of me becoming a self-published author, I would love to do a video or have some type of dialogue, because it's not an easy process, but it's worth it. So again, I love you guys. Thank you to everyone who has supported me. Happy 3-year anniversary to The Soul of My Eclectic Heart. I love you guys. And as always, be eclectic.